Right, boys and girls, I've had a few comments about these natty little gloves I've been wearing over the last few videos, so I thought today I'd give you my impressions. But before we do that, we need to roll the intro, and then while you watch that, I'm going to rewind to some time ago when these gloves were new, and I'll show you what they were like out of the packet, and then I'll give you my updates. Whoa, Blackbeard, blam, blam. Shut up, Blackbeard. Idiot. I wanted to show you the 78 Motoco gloves that I picked up at the bike shed show at Tobacco Dock recently. I haven't had a chance to use them yet. I had a puncture on the bike, which knocked it out for a week, and I've been on holiday for 2 weeks, so these have been sat patiently waiting for me to unwrap and test out. The weather's really good today, so I'm going to go and take them out for a first ride. Basically 78 Motoco. Met the guy that runs it. I tried on loads of gloves recently, looking for a pair of summer gloves, perforated, lightweight leather, and I couldn't find anything that I really liked. And then I met Anthony from 78 at the bike shed. The guy's got a great passion for what he does, very small company. He designs the gloves himself. He's visited the factories. They're all made in European factories that he has visited. He wanted to make sure it had the right quality of craftsmanship for his standards, and this is the result. This is the 78 Motoco Sprint glove, which comes in this just in a little cardboard wrap, a soft lining, although it's not like a thermal liner. It's almost like just like a little neoprene skin over the leather, just to keep things comfortable. And a really nice, simple, retro-styled glove in beautifully soft leather. I haven't worn these yet, so they're not broken in at all, but they are lovely and soft. They've had a little treatment of beeswax on them, which Anthony did at the show when I bought them, and he said that's what he recommends to keep them nice and safe. They're a beautiful fit for me. I went for the mediums in the Sprint, although I'm normally a large in most gloves that I try on. And certainly some of the other gloves he had, I needed a large. They were a bit tighter fit, but these are a little more relaxed fit. Lovely summer, sort of perfect for your cruiser, retro, cafe racer, bobber, chopper, whatever you ride, in the sort of custom style in that scene. Got some lovely things. So I'm going to take these out for a ride. I'm going to test them out. I'm going to jump on Black Betty for the first time in 3 weeks, and give these gloves a little workout. It's about 28, it's 29 degrees outside today, so definitely need my summer gloves. I'm going to see how these perform. There is a online store for 78 Motoco, so I'll pop a link down in the description. They also have Instagram and other social media, so be sure to go ahead and have a look on there and see what they're working on. They've got more gloves coming. They also make open face helmets, really lightweight carbon fibre open face helmets, and some other bits and pieces, some t-shirts and things. So go and check their stuff out, give them a like as well, show them some love, look after the little guys. I'm very big on supporting independence, and that's why I chose to spend a little bit more on these rather than some of the bigger name things, as well as the fit and the finish of the gloves being better. It's just a guy trying to do something different. He's very motivated, very nice chap. If you ever get a chance to have a chat with him at a show, do stop and have a chat. He's been doing this 3 or 4 years now, I think he said, and this is a big passion of his, so go ahead and check those out. I'll catch up with you soon. So 1,000 miles later, give or take, I thought I'd let you know my thoughts on them. I get a little bit perturbed by YouTube reviews where people don't actually use the stuff. They get it out of a packet and tell you how great it is, and I don't want to put that sort of thing on my channel. These are things that I spent my own hard-earned money on. I don't ask for anything. My channel is nowhere near the size where people have me on their radar for checking stuff out for them. So this is an honest review of me spending my hard-earned cash, and I'm a bit of a tight ass. So for me to spend £70 on a pair of gloves, A, I've got to be pretty confident in them when I pick them up and look at them first off. B, I've got to be really happy with the fit of them, and C, I want to see a sense of value in those gloves as well. So I want to you know, it's not just about, oh, they look nice and they feel nice and they fit well, but actually I want this gear to last. I don't like replacing stuff too quickly, and so far I'm very happy. We've got 1,000 miles in. They've broken in really nicely. All I've done to them is, as soon as I got them, I put a little bit of leather wax on them, a little nick wax leather wax. I've done nothing else to them since in 1,000 miles. Obviously they're not waterproof. They perforated. They're a sort of, I'd say they're a British summer glove, because when it gets up into sort of 30 degrees plus, they are still quite warm. There's not loads of airflow, but 78 do make another glove that's a bit thinner, a bit more airflow and a bit tighter fitting, if that's more your thing. But for the British climate, as a summer glove, I think these are brilliant. They work for me. I'm comfortable in them anything above about 12-13 degrees Celsius, and I'm very happy with that. It covers, you know, riding to work in the morning through the summer when it's a bit cooler, riding home in the evening when it's 25-27 degrees Celsius. They're still very comfortable. Yes, they still can get a little bit warm, but we don't have that many days that top the sort of 27-28 in the UK, so it's not as much of an issue as perhaps guys out in California or in the south of France or somewhere like that. So for where I ride and what I ride, I find them absolutely bang on. They are very comfortable, very supple. Obviously they're not an armoured glove. They're not like your Power Ranger race gloves. They're not got carbon knuckles, this, that, the other. They're getting a bit of patina to them already. I don't know if that'll pick it up, but you can see sort of where they've been rubbing on the levers and things. They're darkening up a bit. They're getting some colour to them. They're aging really nicely. But there's no pulled threads. There's no issues. These little buddy tab Velcro bits and pieces, I thought it was a bit of a gimmick when I got them. It's just there's a tab on each side that holds the gloves together when you're not wearing them. And actually, I use it. I do stick them together. You know, when you fish around in the back of the cupboard, they're stuck together. They're not separated. They're easier to find together. So that kind of, I wouldn't necessarily seek a glove with that in, but it's not a useless feature, as you see on a lot of stuff. It's not gimmicky, and it's better than those little plastic clips that end up scratching your bike. So I'm quite happy. They've got no metal studs or anything in like a lot of these retro style gloves, so there's nothing to scratch your bike with, and they're proving very comfortable as an urban calf racer, scrambler, enduro, retro, chopper, bobber, whatever you want to class yourself as with your bike choices. Anything away from your sort of main adventure, touring or sports bikes, I think these go lovely. They're available in loads of different colours, and I'm really pleased with them. I like the ethos of the company as well, and that means something to me. It might not to you, but you know, you could probably save a few quid and buy it from someone else. But I like the guy that was selling them. I'm very happy with the product I've received, and hopefully they'll last me many miles. What I'll do is, when these wear out, I'll let you know, because I want to know how long these last, how many miles I get out of them, how many seasons riding I get out of them, because that's important when you're spending this kind of money on a glove. You know, it's like these trousers. I just repaired these trousers this morning. I've had them 3 years. Some of the stitching was starting to go. I've just sewn them up this morning. I want stuff that lasts. I want to make sure my money is well invested in my bike gear. I spent years and years living off really cheap bike gear because that's all I could afford. And now that, you know, now and again I can buy something a little nicer, I want to make sure it. I want to make sure it's value for money still. I want to get more miles out of it than I was getting out of the cheap gear. So on the whole, I'd say yes, I recommend the 78 Motorcode gloves. They got some other stuff if the style's not quite your thing. They got some other things in some very nice, same sort of soft leather with slightly different designs. I really like the look of their new Sakura gloves. They look brilliant. I can certainly put my recommendation on them for what it's worth. I'm very happy with the purchase. As always, don't forget to tickle that like button if you liked the video. Don't if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't. I've been Captain Blackbeard. This is Black Betty. And until next time, ride safe everybody. Peace.